Welcome to the story of Herod the Great. We have so many Caesareas in the first century. There are three major ones. Caesarea Maritima, which is Maritima nearby the sea. We are in Caesarea Maritima now. Which sea? The Mediterranean Sea. We have Caesarea Philippi in the Bible, which is in the Golan Heights. And we have Caesarea Tiberias in the Sea of Galilee. But now we are in Caesarea Maritima, related to Herod the Great. He built it 22 BCE. He wanted to introduce the Roman culture to this part of the world. And he succeeded. In every Roman city, we find a theater. This is the back of the theater. We find a hippodrome. This is the hippodrome. Do you see this U shape? This one is the hippodrome. Hippodrome comes from the Greek word hippos. Hippos means horse. The horses, the chariots. You know, everyone today is speaking about nuclear heads, right? In the Roman time, at Herod's rule, if you own a chariot, it means one nuclear head. The more chariots you have, the more horses, the more powerful you are. And then there is the Palace of Augustus, the governor palace, which is this shape, 2 squares. All right? And then city enlarges more to the north and more in history till the Crusader time. It's huge. Okay? Very big. Now we are standing exactly on this spot, number 1 here. From where did Herod bring money to build Caesarea? This is so expensive. And you have to understand that Herod was businessman number 1 in the first century. He knew how to make a fortune. So he made money from the taxes of the people. When you build a seaport, there is imports and exports. And you have to deliver things from Italy, from Rome, from Pompeii to the land of Israel through the ships. And even he got the marble from there. We're going to see a lot of pillars, a lot of construction. And he got all these infrastructure, pillars, stones, quarries, all the way through the ships, the seaport, to the land here. And he exported the incense to the Roman Empire and exported a lot of food and oil and even wine from here. You have to understand that Caesarea was the second largest seaport in the Roman Empire in the first century. The second largest seaport. What was the first large seaport in the first century in the Roman Empire? Piraeus. In Greece, south of Greece, Piraeus. You have to understand that Caesarea was the first artificial seaport in history. Herod the Great was bipolar. He was like manic, all right? He wake up in the morning so high, and he have a lot of dreams to do, to fulfill, and he was able to make it because he involved everyone in employment. The more work, the more employment, the more income he will get. Now, he wanted to be God. We know in the Roman time, Herods wanted to be gods. They were humans, but want to be powerful. So he wanted to conquer nature. So he built an artificial seaport in Caesarea. Whenever there was a mountain, Herod cut the mountain, all right, and built a temple. Whenever there was no seaport, he created a seaport. He done things that no one can do. Why Herods do that? To be remembered throughout history. And Herod succeeded to bring mini Rome to the land of Israel here. He was successful businessman from the taxes of the people. Now we have to understand that Herod the Great, right? Why is the Great? Because the builder. But there were another Herods in the Bible which succeeded him. Herod died 4 BCE. Then there were 3 sons after him, 3 Herods. Herod Philippi, which is important to remember, which he ruled the area of the Sea of Galilee, which we're heading next, later in the evening. Herod Archelaus, he was the weakest among the Herods, who ruled in Jerusalem. And Herod Antipas, he ruled the area of the Jezreel Valley, and where we're gonna go next, the Mount Carmel. 3 Herods are very important. Why? Because they were during the time of the ministry of Jesus. Whenever you read about Herod in the Bible, you need to know which one is it. I won't confuse you, there were more than 15 Herods that lived in this part of the world. But the most important are the sons of Herod the Great: Philippi, Archelaus, and Antipas. Whatever Herod had built is being completely destroyed. Look around you, it's all destruction. Whatever Jesus has built is alive until today. Just think about it. Do we want to build like Herod? Palaces for us, and it's about me, it's about Herod, speaking about himself. He was so much jealous from a baby child, Jesus, because he was the king of the Jews. And Herod said, no, I am the king. No other king than me. But what Jesus has built survived until today. And until today, we're coming to learn more about Jesus.